Welcome back, everybody, to the Futlife Tv Podcast. Ari's back with us, and we're going to cover a lot today. Top 5 leagues, and let's get right into it, starting with the Premier League. For the Premier League, over the weekend we had Crystal Palace beating Leicester City 3-0, Arsenal beating Newcastle 1-0, Burnley tying Brighton 0-0, Chelsea beating Southampton 1-0, Huddersfield beating Watford 4-1, West Ham beating Stoke 3-0, Man City beating Spurs 4-1, Man United beating West Brom 2-1, and Liverpool beating Bournemouth 4-0. On the table we have Man City in first place with 52, United in second place with 41, Chelsea in third with 38, Liverpool in fourth with 34, and Arsenal in fifth with 33. Big gap between City and everyone else.
Oh my goodness.
And they don't seem to be slipping any points, so they keep that gap going.
Man.
City, they're stronger than they have been in a long time.
Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
On the previous episodes that I've been on with you, that's all I keep saying is Pep Guardiola. He's a magician. He knows what he's doing. He's one of the best coaches to ever coach this game. 52 points and not even halfway there.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they don't seem to be getting off track. And they had a tough test against the Spurs team that's trying to get back in that top 4 spot. And they passed with flying colors. No problems, no trouble at all. They just went through Spurs like they were...
The reason they went through the Spurs so easily is because the Spurs were going like for battle. They were going in there playing dirty, tackling hard, playing rougher than normal, shall we say.
I think they just got overclassed. They just figured out they were just outclassed and everything. The thing that was just getting to them, But they really, that's what I'm saying. Like, Man City makes these tough teams play out of their way, go out of their character, because they're trying to figure out what to do. Because Pep is bringing a different system that everyone is really used to,
Yeah.
So it's kind of throwing the teams off, and with the power they have, they can frustrate you a lot.
Oh yeah.
So, but. Tough game though.
Oh man, it was a great game.
Yeah,
great game. But man, shout out to Man City because they're doing something you haven't seen since the Invincibles, the Arsenal team.
Yeah, they've set a record in the Premier League, 16, and I think they're tied with with a couple of teams on further around the world. But I think they're going to win their next match as well.
Oh yeah.
And I really don't see them losing anytime soon. I mean, they're playing the tough teams, the big teams, and they're coming out with the wins, So
yeah, I would say their toughest match anytime soon isn't until January 14th against Liverpool.
Yeah,
that's going to be their toughest match.
Yep.
They have quite a few games in between there, but you got the FA Cup coming up. You have them against Leicester in the EFL Cup.
Liverpool have been pretty inconsistent too, so it's a hit and miss with them. They either come out blasting or they're just shooting blanks. It's been rough for them, but they are back in the top 4 spot, Liverpool.
But I don't know, man. Mohamed Salah, he's doing a lot of good stuff.
He is, and he's being looked at by a lot of big clubs too. And he's probably has been the best signing in English Premier League so far.
Yeah, you want to talk about Liverpool. Coming up here, the 22nd against Arsenal.
Yeah, they have a game Friday.
That's going to be a good one.
Yep.
That's going to be a good one.
That one's going to be tough because both teams are fighting for that top 4.
They are.
They're fighting for that Champions League spot because they're both on verge of losing big players, and they're desperate for that Champions League spot to be able to attract new big players, to replace them. I mean, Liverpool, they had an impressive win, by the way, over the weekend.
They have.
They both teams won over the weekend. Chelsea as well. That's another team that's fighting for that spot. But back again to Liverpool and Arsenal, they both are going to lose some key players. If not in January, for sure in the summer.
Oh yeah.
Like people like Sanchez from Arsenal is leaving for free in the summer. His contract is up.
Ozil.
Ozil as well. It's a big problem for those two teams. Coutinho for Liverpool, you know, he's a big player, and you see the game he had today. He's just an incredible player. I mean, losing him would be a big loss for them.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
it'll be a big match for sure. Those two teams. Looking forward to that. But all those teams that are fighting for that top spot in the top four did win over the weekend. And that's pretty much all that's going on in the Premier League. Let's get into some La Liga. Over the weekend, we had... Well, first, Real Madrid won the Club World Cup. So congratulations to them. And over the weekend, we had Sevilla tying Levante 0-0. Athletic Club tying Real Sociedad 0-0. Eibar beating Valencia 2-1. Atletico Madrid beating Alaves 1-0. Girona beating Getafe 1-0. Villarreal beating Celta Vigo 1-0. Las Palmas tying Espanyol 2-2. And Barcelona beating Deportivo 4-0. And the Madrid game was postponed, obviously, for the Club World Cup final. And let's get to the table. Barcelona in first place with 42. Atletico Madrid in second with 36. Valencia in third with 34. Real in fourth with 31. Sevilla in fifth with 29. Some good matches over the weekend.
Some really good matches over the weekend.
Valencia slipped points again. Now Atletico Madrid took advantage, who jumped in the second place now. But Valencia looked really promising. They were putting pressure on Barcelona. They were doing so well, and just that's how it is in the game. And you know, in football, you never know. You have to play every match as hard as possible. When you slip a couple points, you can be overtaken this quick. You know, Atletico Madrid, they started out kind of rocky, but now they're more consistent, and they've been playing well. They've been winning games. They had a tough test against Alaves, and they passed. They won the game. And that puts them in second place. So Valencia really lost a crucial match. They really did.
They definitely did. And, I mean, to losing it against a team like Eibar that's in 8th place, 2-1.
Well, they're in 8th place because they won the game. If they would have lost, I mean, before that, I think they were even lower. Pretty sure they were lower. But...
it was a last-minute goal, 87th minute.
That's tough.
87th minute goal.
Tough
to make it
Valencia
2-1.
team. On a tough Valencia team.
Valencia's a tough team. They have great defense. I mean, if you look at it, they've only allowed 16 goals in. That's that's not a lot.
Yeah, they had they had a great run so far in the season, So you would think that they would do better against teams that are lower in the division on the bracket. But nothing saying against Eibar. I mean, they played a great game and they earned that win, But you just expect Valencia, if they're fighting that hard to stay up there and stay relevant with Madrid, with Barcelona, with Atletico, then they have to win these key games,
They have to.
They can't slip points against teams that aren't in the top 5. That's my point.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a good statement.
So that's Valencia lose points and Atletico take over. Barcelona played a great game. They were denied a goal with Suarez. Again, no goal line technology becomes a problem because the ball was in.
Clearly.
And there was no refs or the refs next to the goal, the third, fourth referees by the goals.
Yeah.
Like they don't have that either. They don't have that or goal line technology. But now they are talking about, again, bringing video system referee. But let's start with goal line technology. This is something that's everyone else has. Like you know what I mean? It's
they need to do something because this is becoming an issue.
Yeah, I mean over and over again. I mean,
As far as
today it
dives.
wasn't as bad. It wasn't bad because they did win the game 4-0, which they hit the post like 5-6 times.
Oh my goodness!
Missed the penalty, had a lot more chances to score. But it wasn't a crucial thing in this match. But in a couple of matches, they have been robbed of goals. That was a decisive thing for them because they end up either tying or losing, I believe. In a couple of matches.
These referees aren't up to par, shall I say, because they're not quick enough to notice that, hey, that is a penalty, or to notice that, hey, that goal, that was a goal. So for them to not even attempt to have goal line technology, let alone VAR. Come on. We have to wait till next year? I say bring that in now. Just because of an issue like this right here. This should tell the board of FIFA that, hey, this league needs this now.
Well, the thing is, FIFA should demand it, especially in its top leagues. I mean, we're talking about La Liga, who's probably first or second, arguably
years.
first or second best league in the world. Am I wrong?
Hands down.
I mean, so have crucial things like this, dictating the matches is a horrible thing, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. But like I said, Barcelona didn't win the game anyway. But it was a beautiful goal by Suarez, a Rabona goal, and it's such a shame to see that being denied. But that's pretty much all going on in La Liga. Let's get into some Serie A. I mean, Griezmann might be going to Barcelona probably over the summer.
Is that right?
And someone that's in the board of directors in Barcelona apparently said that there will be talks and can be talks with Griezmann. That would be fun to watch, Griezmann at Barcelona. That would be that'd be interesting. Suarez, Griezmann, Coutinho, Messi, you know. Interesting to see. But moving on to some Serie A. Over the weekend, we had Udinese beating Inter 3-1, Napoli beating Torino 3-1, Roma beating Cagliari 1-0, Verona beating AC Milan 3-0, Juventus beating Bologna 3-0, Crotone beating Chievo Verona 1-0, Fiorentina tying Genoa 0-0, Sassuolo beating Sampdoria 1-0, Spal beating Benevento 2-1, and Atalanta tying Lazio 3-3. Table, we have Napoli in first with 42, Juventus in second with 41, Inter in third with 40, Roma in fourth with 38, Lazio in fifth with 33. So close, man. So close in that top four.
That league is a tight league.
Right?
Oh my god.
This is more exciting. Serie A, this year has been more exciting in the Serie A than it has been in a long time.
Long time.
It really has been. I mean, look how Napoli in first place, Inter chasing that first place spot again. Or I'm sorry, Juventus chasing that first place, the defending champions. You know.
It's seriously up for grabs right now by four teams. Lazio, unfortunately, you're 9 points behind the top place, but fourth place team is only 4 points behind.
Yeah, fourth. That's what I'm saying. The top four is crazy.
It's up for grabs. That's a league to watch right now. That's a league to look out for because it's coming up, and it's a lot of these
teams
young
are slipping points here. I look at Inter; they were in first place. They should have won this game against Udinese. They got crushed. Puts them in third place now. Napoli taking advantage, getting back that first place spot. Juventus taking advantage, taking that second place spot, right there behind Napoli. It's so exciting. It really is. It hasn't been this exciting in the Serie A in a long time, so it's great to see.
No, it really is.
Right. And Juventus, Dybala apparently has some issues. Cagliari came out and said that he needs to be in physically better shape. Apparently, he's not in good enough shape to be starting and playing. He didn't start again, if you notice, or maybe he is interested in leaving, and there's problems because of that. Because there are some teams that are after him. I mean, why wouldn't they be? He's young. He's a great player. Who wouldn't be after? Who wouldn't want him on the team?
Dude.
So
I could see him at Madrid.
Yeah, he could go to Madrid. He could also go to Barcelona. Eventually replace Suarez, or I mean, let's be honest. Those players are getting a little older, and those big teams are looking to bring in these young players. So Dybala, these players like that are constantly being looked at.
Oh yeah.
Dybala's, Coutinho's, even Icardi from Inter. He's having a successful season. He's been scoring goals for a while now for Inter. So there's no, of course there are going to be big players coming after these guys. And who can blame them with big teams knocking, with big paychecks, and promising trophies. So
yeah.
But they are having some problems, so we'll see what happens there. Maybe he just needs to get in better shape. Maybe he is a little heavy. And that's pretty much it in Serie A. I mean, watch Serie A matches this season. If you haven't been a fan in the past years,
check them out.
Check them out now. It's getting a lot more exciting.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it is. All right, and some Ligue 1 over the weekend. We had Monaco beating Saint-Etienne 4-0. PSG beating Rennes 4-1. Caen tying Guingamp 0-0. Dijon beating Lille 3-0. Metz beating Montpellier 3-1. Strasbourg beating Toulouse 2-1. Troyes beating Amiens 1-0. Nantes beating Angers 1-0. Nice beating Bordeaux 1-0. Lyon beating Marseille 2-0. And table, we have PSG in first with 47. Monaco in second with 38. Lyon in third with 38. Marseille in fourth with 35. And Nantes in fifth with 30. It's getting close as well for the Champions League spot. Not for the title. That title is sailed. Title was done at the beginning of the season, in my opinion. I said from the beginning, PSG are winning. There's no way in hell anyone's catching them.
The title was won after they bought Mbappe.
And Neymar.
That's what
Neymar.
Mbappe came after Neymar.
Yeah.
They already had Neymar.
Yeah, that's a scary attack power there. Yeah.
That's why the title's already won. It was won before the season started.
And let's be honest, the French league isn't as good as Premier League or La Liga. So for any team to even try to compete besides Monaco with PSG, so I don't see it, So that's the title is done, but the fight for the Champions League is very interesting to see. So there is Monaco, there's Lyon who's playing very well. Yep. There's Marseille who are playing very well. These are teams that are trying to get into that Champions League. I don't think they're aiming for the league trophy, but they want that Champions League play. They want to get in there.
Definitely.
Monaco has to, because they need to bring in new players. We're losing Mbappe. That's a big player. And they're going to keep losing key players. They have been over the years. So Champions League is very promising to bringing in better talent, or replacements. So it's tough, but PSG are gone with the trophy already, in my opinion. That's pretty much it in Ligue 1. Other than the fact that there are rumors that the Real Madrid president has met with Neymar's people.
Had dinner with his dad.
Yeah, and apparently a move to Real Madrid might be closer than people think. It could very well happen this summer.
Or it's in the works.
Yeah, it could happen this summer.
If not this summer, definitely next summer.
Apparently Ronaldo disagrees with that move, does not want him there, but it's for good reasons. He will be his replacement. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And Ronaldo is going into that age. You can already see him, going to the other side, being on the wrong side of 30 and feeling it. And within a year or two, he's going to be pushed out.
Yep.
And they'll have to sell him within a year or two, because how else are they going to make big money? So that's all for PSG and Neymar, and we'll see what happens. That's interesting to see. All this drama, all this stuff that stirred up over the summer, and now you can't even keep him for a year. That's just ridiculous. It really is.
That shows that money talks.
Yeah. Well, honestly, in my opinion, I think the Madrid move was he wanted the next move to be Madrid. But I think he felt like if he took another club before Madrid, it would kind of ease the tension and make things more calm. No, it won't. If he moves to Madrid, it'll just be even worse, because they're like, well, okay, you went there for money, and now you're only like, oh, you're just a selfish player. You're just, all you're about is your own self. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Which, can you blame him if he's just thinking about himself? It is his life. But at the end of the day, it's like there has to be some kind of loyalty there. There has to be something there other than your own money, your own pockets. But, he is a great player. He really is a fantastic player. And he is going to win Ballon d'Ors eventually. I don't know why he just
Didn't stay at Barcelona.
Yeah, or can be patient. Just be a little patient, and you'll have your chance. Keep performing the way you are. You know, don't lose focus thinking about all these other things, distractions, all this other nonsense. But, anyways, we'll see what happens. All right, some Bundesliga. We have Borussia Gladbach beating Hamburg 3-1. FC Cologne beating Wolfsburg 1-0. Bremen tying Mainz 2-2. Frankfurt tying Schalke 2-2. Augsburg tying Freiburg 3-3. Bayern beating Stuttgart 1-0. Dortmund beating Hoffenheim 2-1. And Hanover tying Bayern Leverkusen 4-4. Berlin beating Leipzig 3-2. Table we have Bayern in first place. Bayern in first place with 41. Schalke in second with 30. Dortmund in third with 28. Bayern Leverkusen in fourth with 28. Leipzig in fifth with 28. Leipzig was doing well to be in the top 4 spot, but Bayern, and they made it tough for Bayern. Bayern did.
I was going to say, sorry to cut you off there, but you might want to keep going down from third place all the way down until, I don't know, 11th place. It's a close one there.
Yeah, it is, but
28 points all the way down until the 6th place.
Yeah.
7th and 8th have 26 points. So if those, what is that, 4 drop points, then those 2 come up. From 7th and 8th can come up all the way to 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, the point differential is not that much. That's true. But Leipzig could have stayed in that top 4 spot if they could have had a result against Bayern, which, I mean, they're not going to do because Bayern is too tough now. They have their mojo back. They're playing very well. This coach has them very well, playing great, and they're winning games. They're consistent in Champions League, their own league, and they're doing very well again. So I don't see anyone trying to beat them this year in that league. They're already gone with that league, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, but the Champions League spot is very close. Like you said, I mean, the top 11 teams, that's not named Bayern Munich has a chance to be in that Champions League spot.
Mm-hmm.
It is very close. So it'll be interesting to see. Dortmund finally won again, so that's good news for Dortmund fans. They have been having a rocky road lately. Started out fantastic, first place, then you just hit a brick wall and completely crashed.
I mean, they are averaging more goals per match than anyone in the league at 2.3.
Yeah, but if you're losing as many games as they've been losing and tying, what does that matter to you?
Poor guys.
You have first place. You have a good league on Bayern, and now you're 13 points, 14 points behind. That's a big 13 points just falling when you're in first place. There's a problem there, and they got rid of their coach. They brought in a new person. They should have never got rid of Tuchel. I mean, he's probably going to go to Bayern, I think, because I don't think he hasn't had a job yet. So
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing well for them, obviously. So he won them the league a couple of days after, the cup, and a couple of days after they gave him the boot.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. But Bayern Munich flew off with that title, and that's pretty much it. And the Bundesliga, I mean, Bayern is just that good. They're that good, And people were concerned about earlier results, but 11-point gap with second place, there's no concern there.
Not at all.
That's pretty much it. In Bundesliga. Let's get into the Dive of the Week segment. For the Dive of the Week, we had a ridiculous dive by Manuel Lanzini. Man, that's embarrassing. It really is.
Horrible.
It really was.
So you could clearly see it in multiple angles. The defender pulling back, not like he didn't commit to the dive or to the tackle. But that Manuel Lanzini, he definitely committed to that dive.
He didn't get touched, and he was already going down. Very dramatic way, too.
Oh, my gosh.
It was just ridiculous. Won his team a penalty. After that penalty, it was downhill for Stoke. The Hammers hammered
They did. I mean,
They hammered Stoke, and that penalty was decisive. I mean, it could have been a different game. You know, you never know.
VAR is needed.
Yeah. Or better refereeing. I mean, the ref wasn't that far away, you know.
Something.
But he gets the dive of the week. It was a shameful thing. You're cheating, basically, to get a call. And that's pretty pathetic. So, shame on you. And that's the person that we have for the segment. Next segment, we have Keeping Up with the Legends. Today's legend is Thierry Henry. The man, the French legend, the Arsenal legend, you know. He is one of the best players ever. Fantastic forward.
Amazing touch on the ball.
Goal scorer.
Dribbler.
Just amazing player. He really was. He had a lot of success. He was part of that team in Arsenal that went undefeated.
Invincible.
He's won a lot of trophies, and for good reasons. I mean, he really deserves it. He was a fantastic player, and now he's the second assistant coach in Belgium for the Belgium national team.
Good for him.
And he does all those match analysis as well for Sky, I believe.
Yep.
So he's still very much part of the sport. I don't think players like him can ever let go. I mean, it's just as passionate as he was, and you can see it. And he truly is a legend, and that's who we covered today. And that's what he's up to now. He's doing analysis for game matches and second assistant coach for Belgium. I'm sure he's working his way up. He was doing some coaching for Arsenal's youth team and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm sure. I wish him well. I hope he does well in coaching. I mean, if he does half as well as he was scoring, then he'll have some success. So, and that's pretty much it for that segment. And that's pretty much it for our show. Thank you, Ario, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you all for tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook at Futlife TV, and on Twitter at Futlife TV1. Do you have anything else you want to add? Or that's pretty much it?
That's pretty much it.
We covered everything that went on the weekend. We'll come back covering the next weekend. And El Clasico coming up in 6 days, 5 days?
6.
But we're definitely going to cover that. We're going to do a little live thing plus a podcast during that show. So if you're up and you want to watch it, tune in with us. It'll be fun. It'll be exciting. We're going to be up watching the game and doing a little live event. So don't miss that. And that's it.
Follow the social media so you can get more details about the live show that we'll be doing for El Clasico.
That'll be fun.
All details will be on Instagram, Twitter.
So follow us. And thank you again for coming. And thank you all. We'll see you next time.